Hello everyone, this is Sherry Truler with Red Apple Auctions. Today we're going to be talking about Google for new non-profits. It is a new suite of tools that came out from Google just last month. I'm shooting this in April and came out in mid-March, something like that. You do have to get approved from Google, so they got to prove that you're a non-profit before they're going to let you use the suite. And that approval process can take anywhere from a few weeks to a few months. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. Don't think it's going to happen tomorrow and you're going to be able to use the stuff the next day. It doesn't work that way. But you can use these applications for all kinds of ways in your nonprofit. Raise money, raise awareness, streamline operations, and so forth. But what I want to do, of course, because I'm Red Apple Auctions, is I am going to narrow this down to your benefit auction. How could you use some of these tools as we go through the buffet line, if you will, and pull out some of these tools? How can we use them in your benefit auction to greater success? Well, starting off here with one of the biggies is Google Adwords here. Now, I had a client a few months ago ask me about Google Adwords because they had been given a huge chunk of money to use for something. And they said, can we use it in our auction? And to be honest, I couldn't come up with a really solid way to use it in your auction outside of just awareness for the nonprofit. But if you were going to use it in your auction because you had something so unique and so attractive to so many people, that would be a good way to use it. For instance, this is not a Mustang convertible on the slide here, but it's the only free photo I could find. But let's say that you had a 1965 Mustang convertible. You've got some sort of muscle car that people are going to be interested in. Or, you know, Elizabeth Taylor recently passed, God rest her soul. So let's say that she donated, or through her estate, you acquired a dress that she wore to the Oscars. Well, that's the sort of thing a lot of people would be interested in bidding on, right? Not just the 300 people you've got in your auction crowd that night, but you've got a worldwide audience for something like that. So that would be an example of where you would want to sell that and market that online using AdWords, excuse me, because you've got a worldwide audience for it. You know, that would be an example. Either that or you're going to give it to a commercial auctioneer and let them sell it for you. That would be another good option. Google Docs. One second here, let me drink. Google Docs is another one. Google Docs is wonderful to use if you have a distributed workforce, and that's what you have because you've got volunteers who are working on the auction from home, from work, from the nonprofit headquarters, from the school, that sort of thing. Google Docs lets you share things online. So let's say that you've got a donation spreadsheet. Everybody can go in and see where you stand with regards to donations. Let's say that you've got a sponsorship spreadsheet online. So I put a note in there that says Sherry contacted Joe, the store manager, on Monday, and can someone follow up with him on Thursday? So then when the volunteer for the sponsorship committee comes in on Thursday and they see, oh, Joe is supposed to be called today, they can follow up for a sponsorship, that kind of thing. Advertisers, anything where you're trying to share information across the board, Google Docs helps with that. Google Calendar, if everybody's willing to have their calendar shared on Google, then you can see who is available at any given time, and it's easier to set up committee meetings. Google Analytics, I've got a few groups who have their own auction website, and if they had plugged in that special code from Google Analytics, they would be able to get a lot more information about that. Like, where are people spending their time? When they go to your website, what do they click on? What seems to grab their attention? Is it a specific item? Is it a band? Is it, you know, where are they going? Who knows? You can also monitor click-throughs. So as you're selling sponsorships, and maybe one of the bonuses a sponsor gets is that they get a hot link up on your website that drives traffic back to their website. Well, you'll be able to monitor that and be able to talk to the sponsor about it the following year, so they'll sign up again. You can see if you are getting any traffic from other places. Like maybe you find out that, wow, you know, so-and-so, some business put a link to our auction website on their website. We're getting all kinds of traffic. We need to really bump this up next year. Or maybe you can see if you're advertising like in a society magazine or in a society magazine's website, you can see if that's paying off for you and seeing how much traffic is being driven from those other locations. Lots of cool ways to use Google Analytics. Google Maps is a wonderful tool, I think great for regional and national organizations. Like let's say that this is just from Miami, so let's just say that I'm raising money to send kids to summer camps so they can learn how to play a musical instrument. Well, I might go into Google Maps and create a map that kind of visually shows all of the communities that we're going to affect this summer. And I can present that during the auction so that people have a visual idea of what we're trying to do. And that's big. People respond well to visual graphics. You can use a video overlay. That's another tool they've got in the Google for Nonprofit suite. And to give you an example of what that means, this is kind of like a little pop-up that comes up midway through the video. Sometimes it overlays the entire video, but it has a message. So, you know, you might play, oops, sorry about that, let's go back. You might have a video playing and then halfway through it says, to learn more, go to this website, or donate now. If you can't make the auction, donate now, and then you'll have a link there. But it enables you to kind of have a little special message halfway through the video, or wherever, not just halfway, wherever. Another tool that I think would be useful for your auction is you can use the Google Checkout to create a page so that maybe people who aren't attending the auction can still donate. So you can, this was a screenshot I pulled, and the example they had on the Google page was Cancer Research Fund, and then they had a $100 donation right there. So again, it just enables you another way to have kind of an online shopping cart system so people can donate money. There's lots of tools. These are just, you know, what, 6 that I pulled out, 7 or so, that I pulled out and applied it to your auction, but there's lots of ways, and I know you creative sorts will figure out ways that you can use it in your auction. If you're looking for other good ideas, though, do go to the website, redappleauctions.com, because you've got a free gift waiting for you over there. It's what sold like a gem in 2010. It's 100 items that I sold for overvalue last year. Wonderful for your procurement meetings. You're going to love it because you're going to get great ideas and get those brain cells firing as to what you should be getting for your auction to make some moolah. So I'm Sherry with Red Apple Auctions. Thanks for watching today. As always, good luck to you in your charity auction.